Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I'm pretty sure that y'all are wondering what I did and what I found on my trip up to Massachusetts this past week. This was from my aunt's house, my grandma's house, and it is just in 1931 Bisquick recipe card holder, and then some of Grandpa's he had a lot, I think. Index cards were in there. So that was from my aunt. That she actually tried to give me once before, and I left it up there. So she gave it to me again. This is French vocabulary cards. I got them for $3 because they were 25% off. I did not look to see if they had a copyright anywhere on them. I don't see it. But there's like about 1,000 of them or say. So, church service or pantry. It's like a church food pantry or whatever. Un office. So, they're just a work of art is una. I don't know how to pronounce that. My grandmother would. My grandparents spoke French. Because they were missionaries up in northern Maine, and so, you know, sometimes you get some French-speaking people up there. Also, it was how they talked when, you know, what they did. They spoke French when they didn't want the kids to know what they were saying. I think eventually the kids did. This was 50% off of $20. I still think I paid too much, but I mean, and I wish there were more than just the 4 numbers, but I've got a 4. That's important. That's one of my favorites. There's no 2, but that's okay. But there's a 6, which means also there's a 9. So really, it's 5 numbers, right? And they say franc on them. So, and I like old stamps, and I like that, you know, it's a font that I don't have any stamps like that. So I figured I'd take what I could get with those stamps. And did you hear that metal sound? That's gonna be one of the last things. I also found this book, Manual of Object Teaching, and it said it was educational plus odd. I got it for half off too, so I might have paid about $4 for this one. And it is, I'm pretty sure it was 1887, and it is falling apart, but that's okay. I like the cover. It's like an army green, and it, you know, fits in your hands nicely. And then I also found this 4th grade reader. I might have paid $2 for this one because it was also half off, and it definitely has some damage. Boston William Ware and Company, and it's also 1873. So this is just a 4th grade reader I found from 1873. So I thought that was fun, and I mean, I would use this as a cover too. This size I like. I like how it feels in your hand. And then my grandma was getting rid of some of her old quilting books and magazines. So there's this one, which is probably from the 80s, would be my guess. 1993. I was close. Off by 4 years. It's got some fun pieces that I will probably like make journal cards and stuff from. And then there's a couple magazines. This one is, does it say? April 1983. Alright, this is my favorite one from her. It was the quilt engagement calendar for 1984, but it's not shiny. And it has all these beautiful photographs of quilts and not shiny. So that made me happy. Some of them, I think, oh, they're all double-sided. So I would use them as a page in a book or a flip out or something. But then I can also like use these as gel plate or as a, you know, just a collage on them or whatever. And then you can be a super quilter. Beginner's manual. Somebody gave it to her. It is 1980 for you, the beginning. She was making quilts before then, so I'm not sure why they gave her that then. Isn't that pretty? Contemporary Classics. 9 projects from Piece of Cake Designs. And that one is 2002, so that one's not as old, and that's just got some bright, vibrant pictures and a lot of black and whites. Then there's Quilting, 101 Tips from April 2009. So that's got some fun bits in it that I can use in journals. Of course, you know, things like this, that one's fall 2007. I don't think you're supposed to like show the whole thing. Like if I show a few pages, that's okay, but the whole thing I don't think you're really supposed to show on, you know, reproduce it, whether it's photocopying or on video or whatever. Let's see, does this have a... I don't know how old this one is. Probably also the 80s. If you see a place copyright without permission, you can quote brief passages, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't see which edition that one is. And then Quilting Color Magic. Let's see, does this one say? I don't know, I could have looked and no, but I like this color wheel made out of fabric. And I also saw somebody where they made a color wheel out of, I think, scrapbook pages. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I think I'm going to need to do that pretty soon. But this also has some cool stuff. Simplicities, quilts, and patches. And does it say? Probably not. Why would it say when it's from? Because that would be helpful. 1979 is the copyright down here. So I don't know if that, I mean, it looks like it could be 1979. Those little Holly Hobby type prairie people were pretty popular at that time. Alright. I don't know which one I like better, so which one do I show first? Okay. Well, Pirate over at, that's what he's called. He's called Pirate, and if you go to Woods Hole in the summer, you'll see him in complete pirate regalia. He had some Enamelware. I have been looking for 2 years for Enamelware. And he had these, let's see, I guess it's actually like 5 pieces. So this one, I like the shape and everything. I wanted these narrow ones. He also had a couple that had the black, that were like casserole pans or whatever. But I wanted like these sizes. And then there's also like this one, which I could even just kind of keep it on my desk open like that if I want to or whatever. It does have a little bit of rust spots in it, but you know, it's on the East Coast. If you have Enamelware on the East Coast, you're going to find rust spots. I mean, you can find Enamelware anywhere. But I was like, yeah, I think that people in the Midwest can find this stuff more easily than I can. Because I had seen Gail had gotten some Enamelware. And I was like, oh, I want some. And I've looked for 2 years. Because I think she saw it on either Corey Dahman or, oh, is it that other girl, starts with an E, that she does her retreats with. Might have also had some in her studio. I can't remember for sure. And also, I have lots of paper bags because I never remember to bring a reusable grocery bag with me to the store, and they only have paper. Ooh, that was a lot of paper bags up in Massachusetts. So there's that. And then last but not least, by far not least, I found something. My aunt was like, it's okay if you forget that one and leave it here. It is a drawer, and I'm putting it has 8 sections, so my colored paints, tube paints, fit in here wonderfully. I've got pink, red, orange, yellow, green, teals, blue, and purple. I know I have some more somewhere. And then on the front, hold on, I already filled it, so that was kind of dumb. But it says, Good Manufacturing Company, New York. So it's a drawer, an old drawer. Has this little thing here, so I could even put a little label in there. It says paints. And it fits on my shelf, which is like 18 inches deep. And just looks really cool up on my shelf as well. So I'll try to take a picture of that so I can put it on my community tab. So that is what I found on my trip. And now I think I want to play. I want to kind of get back into doing some stuff. Oh, no, that wasn't it. There's more. Oh, wait. There's more. I just forgot that there was more. I got this big bag of ephemera. It was like $69, and it's all the same person. So, you know, but it costs less to buy it like this than to buy like a pack of 10 for $10. There's a lot of checks in here. You will probably see some of this stuff go up in my shop. There's some stock purchases. There's these little mortgage payment things, and you really want to look at it, don't you? Okay. I'm not one to deny the masses or the one person who said, ooh, open it up. I won't go through everything, but I'll just kind of spread it out a little bit so you can kind of see, like, there's some security purchases, security stock purchases. What is this? And I don't know if he was part owner of, because his last name was Katz, and it's Katz Brothers Candy Jobbers. I meant to look it up. I never did. So, there's just some blank ones, too. So, there's some mail. Gave a few pieces to my friend Heather, because I forgot to bring her the Russian, I have Russian flashcards I was going to give her, and I forgot. Because I found some at the thrift store a year or so ago. But I left them here, but that's okay, because I'm going back up in May. So we'll see if I get to check out the thrift stores again. So this is what I got. I mean, and $70 is probably about that is what I paid for like a ledger that I've got. So that's, if you want to buy in bulk, you gotta pay money for it. But if you can then sell it down or put it in your journals and whatnot, then, you know, over time, it's worth it. Not everybody can spend that much at once, which is why people like me will spend the money on the big lots and then break them down into smaller lots to sell them at hopefully reasonable prices. Roger Williams Savings Fund and Loan, there are a few of these in there. And everything's typed, which I thought was interesting too. Zaidman's bookstore that had a place to write in the front, and it's the something. I don't know if that might be Benediction and Kindlings. It's a little Jewish book, I guess. The book and religious necessities. And it was kind of, I guess it was an ad for the bookstore. Industrial Trust Company that has this little envelope, and it's got a little book inside, which is hard to get out, so I'm not going to take that out. Tons of these checks, and most of them have stamping on the back and the holes in them, which is cool. And they're good size, and they're mostly from, this one's 1930, anywhere from the early to mid 1900s. That one's 1924. And that means, so the ones that I can turn into digitals, I will. So you'll see some of this stuff. Because I think it's 96 years. I think. So anything, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1927, I think, is anything before then. So, but this one's handwritten, so I don't know. I don't know what copyright is for that kind of stuff, but... And maybe it doesn't matter as much for receipts. I don't know. But I like to be on the safe side, you know? I probably pushed the envelope here and there. So yeah, Warner Brothers. We got a lot of stock in Warner Brothers. Oh, his name was Nathan? I didn't even... How did I not notice that? Because my son's name is Nathan. How did I not notice that? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, and then there was this little, like, I love this. I'm definitely gonna put that as a digital. I don't know what Lamb means. Oh, Lamb Street. North Main Street. And this was, somebody wanted, it probably was for the store. Proposed garage, brick building. Maybe it was for, because it looked pretty open, unless that was just the first... Approved November 4, 1926. Spencer B. Hopkins, something of buildings. I mean, oh, he lived in Providence some of the time. Sometimes he lived in New York. I guess that's how it got to a... this was from the antique store in Middleborough, Massachusetts, is where I found these. And I did notice that some of the ephemera, the prices had come down some from the last time I was there. So... I think people are realizing, well, yes, we want ephemera. No, we don't want to pay an arm and a leg for it. I mean, you got it in a estate sale for how much, and then you want how much for it? Ooh, what's this? 1903. This little receipt. I will probably make a copy of that. I mean, either scan it or take a picture of it and put it in digitals that I've got. I've got some stamps from Israel. So yeah, really cool stuff in there. Or is that it? Is that it for real this time? I think so. Oh, no, I have one. Oh, I did buy some, I don't know how I feel about these because they seem to be drying out pretty quick. The Spectrum Noir Classique, I got the blue ones. And I brought these cardstock ones on the top, came from my aunt. But all these, I was looking at Joann Fabrics and I was just like, ooh, these bright, colorful, this quilty patchwork looking one spoke to me. And then I just got some that would kind of go with it, that I thought would make a fun spring journal. And so I thought I would do that with you guys at some point. And then the more cardstock from my aunt. Okay, so that's what that is there. I don't know if that will be part of my Maker's Creative collab or what. And then I've got a couple of what are they called? Those bags, paper bags with handles. So I'll probably do a couple of paper bag journals coming up. And these are stencils that came from Sandy. And she also had the other ones. I don't think I ever showed the ones she mailed me because I brought those down from upstairs. Oh, she makes these cool envelopes to put her ATCs in. They're just inked and stamped and whatever and just look really cool. Just the bottom of an envelope is all that is. Super simple. Express yourself. Alright, so Sandy is the same Sandy that sent Laura at the Half-Ass Crafter a bunch of made-up paper dolls. I think she offered some to me and I said no. I was stupid. I didn't know she made them so cool. She couldn't stop herself and make a wish. So these are just all little ATCs that she made. I've got some more. Let's see. Where did I put? Oh. I'll only share. I didn't ask permission to share this stuff. I'm just sharing it anyway. Well, if I only say the first name, it might be okay. Maybe. Well, see, I say I'm going to share it and then I'm like, well, I just had it 5 minutes ago. Where the heck did it go? Alright, these are the other ones from... let's not show people's addresses. Thank you very much. Hopefully, y'all didn't see that. Because I don't want to have to go through and blur that out. So these are the other ones. So see, this one's like envelope. That feels like it... I think it's... sprays. It looks like sprays, but yeah, it just sprays with inks and it just looks so cool. Those are going to get used somewhere. Probably my personal journals because I really like them. And these ATCs these ATC cards as well. Also, we had lunch and we went to the flea market on Friday over in Plymouth, the Cranberry Flea Market, and had a nice time. And she showed me, she's got a book of her paper people and it brought that to show me, which was fun to look at. And she had all these stencils she was letting go of. So some of these will go in my destashed envelopes that will be going out eventually. And some of these I'm keeping. Probably the ones that you're like, ooh, but I'm like, nope, the ones I'm keeping. These will probably, I have some of these. But yeah, this is what we do in the art world. We cut up our, alright, I'm going to hold on to that one to use in the quilting type journal. I'm going to set that there. So these are going to end up in some of the destash boxes. I think there's like a tulip in the middle of that one. You know, you could see them better if I had something. Oh, look. This is what I'm talking about. Like this. I might make a journal. Might be able to make a couple journals out of that. We'll see. But I had some smaller ones too. That's not helpful. That's not dark enough, Darcy. Pay attention. Maybe that. So, yeah. These ones, I have some, these are like the mandala ones that you can get on Amazon, nice and cheap. Because I've got them, but sometimes there's only like a few that you really like and want to use. And then you're like, well, what do I do with the rest? And you can kind of tell, you're like, okay, I've had these for a couple of years and they're still not used. So, and I think these are actually, when they have the little tab on them like this, I usually think it's because they're actually meant for like cake decorating. This doesn't really say for sure. Oh, it's cookies. Yep, this one is. It's for, you know, decorating on fondant. And then this one. And this one. So these ones are probably all going to end up, alright, this one's like a quilt design. That one's going in that journal. I think this is like bubbles. Really cool. That is cool. Cool. And then someone must have given her this one, or she has a cutter, I don't know, but it looks like it was cut on like a Cricut or whatever. And so that's really cool. I like repeating patterns like this, so that one I'm probably going to keep. Potentially that one. See, I like this one, but I like the dancing leaves I've got even better, which is from PM Artist Studio. And then that corner piece, which is cool. And I think I have one like that, so that one can go in the de-stash pile. Then there's the hearts. I have one that's similar to this, so that one can go in the de-stash pile. And that one reminds me of that quilt pattern too, so I might hold on to that for that journal. And this one, kind of like that design. I think I want to hold on to that for a little bit. This one has like the tiny little leaves and whatnot, which is cool. Alright, this repeating, I like this one too. I don't know what this, but anyway, I'm going to hold on to that one for a little bit, see if I use it or not. And if I don't use it, then it'll end up in the de-stash pile. For now, I don't know, there's little butts. That's kind of why I like it. Let's keep that one for a minute. Gotta keep the butt one for a minute. Oh, that one I like too. So, and then these, she liked them so much she bought them twice. And of course, these ones are the ones I like. The little doodly flower ones. And that doodly one, does it say on them? That one's Van Gogh Starry Spirals mask, which usually that style is, and this one's drizzled. They look like Elizabeth St. Oh, yeah, they are Elizabeth St. Hilaire. These are, I was like, they look like her designs, and they are. And then this one, which is actually, I mean, it's got the pretzels are different, the lines are smaller, this is different. This is different than the one I just designed, but it's similar, I guess. And so it's got like this is almost like a messy border ones that I had, but I'm going to use it because I like that kind of stuff. I think I have that one. This one is cool. This one, that's like either beach balls or New Year's, like the, or I don't know, could have a Asian inspired, because it kind of like lanterns, that's the word I was trying to think. And that's the outside of another one. So I think these are all going to go in the de-stash pile, so they'll get added to some of the envelopes that I have some other papers with. And these are the ones I'm keeping for now, because I have a lot, so I have to be careful of how many I keep. Just saying. And, ooh, I just saw something. Alright, I just showed you the ATCs from Sandy. Alright, and then this was from, this was, see, when I send out Happy Mail, you don't have to send me anything back. But sometimes people do. And this one, it was her first, Joanne, it was her first swap. And she did a really awesome job. And look how cool this envelope is. And this damn bit, I haven't found these kitty stamps. I did find some animal ones, which I really like. Oh, that's a bird. Why did I think that was a leaf or something? But she, I think that's either with crayon or, I think it might be with white crayon that she did that bird. That's really cool. She might have used a stencil, but that's an idea for you. If you don't draw, you could use a stencil. There's some overlaying dots on here, and the sprays look really cool. And then this going across here, I don't know how she got it, so maybe, I don't know. It looks really cool, Joanne. I really love it. I loved everything that was in here. We've got this piece. So I think she might have the same stencil that I just got from Sandy. Isn't that funny? And then there's this piece right here. That I think is going to have to go like on a journal cover or pocket or something. And then this piece, we've got some book page with some probably gesso or paint and some napkin. That's the word I want. The heart that loves is always young, Greek proverb. Oh, isn't this beautiful? This is beautiful, Joanne. I'm going to guess she sewed that. And then, maybe not, but I don't know. Kind of looks like in a die cut and some ink paper in the back. And some napkin with some inking and a little bit of gesso on that one. And some stenciling. Really cool. And it was probably mixed media paper. And so she folded it in half and kept that on there. I always like to keep that too. I just find it interesting. Die cut that's been sprayed. Probably from a gel plate print. It's a scrap. Love scrap. She sent me some scraps and some die cuts. And I was very happy and thankful. And thank you so much, Joanne. I didn't ask permission, so I'm just going to say now, if you send me swaps, I might show it, but I'll only say your first name. And I'll do my best to cover any addresses. Isn't this cute? This little heart notebook thing. And then another die cut. So that was awesome. Thank you so much, Joanne. And this one's been here for a while from Suzanne, sorry. Gotta make sure I keep that covered. All right, so she had sent me some strips. So this is kind of how I open them. I kind of do it so I can use it as a page in a journal. And so there's that. And yeah, gel plate printed, just kind of like you do with, if you have a small gel plate and you have bigger papers, this is what you do. You just do it bit by bit and kind of makes kind of like a patchwork, which is really cool. And then she sent me all these really fun, colorful scraps. I love them. I was thinking I might need to use some soon. Isn't those cool? I like those. It's funny, you guys have like similar likes in the stencils and stamps that you choose that I do. So that is also what has come into my life in the past few weeks, in case you were wondering. And oh, there's another piece. And then my grandma also gave me some fabric scraps. I don't know what my mouth was trying to say with that, but whew, that was scary what it could have said. And let's see, we're at 26 minutes. So I think that's going to be it for today. That's just going to be, you know, my little show and tell kind of a deal for today. And I'll start a new video for the next video, the next thing I want to do, which I don't even know what that is yet. So I hope you all have a delightful day. Love you.